Hey, how y'all doing? This is Dragon King 72 Media LLC. I'm just chilling in my bed right now, and had a long day of writing and working on my third book. So I'm trying to rest a little bit before I get back to it in a few hours. But I want to send a message to Just Hilarious. Just Hilarious. Y'all know her from Just with the Mess, and you know her from um, the Breakfast Club, which I hope they fire her. I really do, because normally I wouldn't say that about getting rid of a black woman from a position. But this is an exception that I think iHeartRadio should welcome. Just Hilarious is known for her sarcastic satire that people have grown to love her for. She was on Nick Cannon's Wildin' Out. Um, she made a name for herself doing uh, these skits on Instagram and all these other places. Um, and she's a comedian that goes on tour. And but in the last couple of years, she's had this obsession with trans people, and I really wouldn't be surprised if she was a secretly MAGA. While she worried about who else is MAGA, I believe she may be secretly MAGA. Her and Charlemagne and DJ Envy. I would not be surprised. Nobody would actually. But Jess Hilarious has this unusual, extra kind of obsessed uh, ideology about trans people, particularly T.S. Madison. And they've had their beef. If you know the beef, I'm not going to get into it from that aspect, but the two of them have had their um, words, let's just say it that way, right? And in the latest edition, T.S. Madison, was doing her show, Fag Talk. I suggest everybody go check it out because it's a really good YouTube show. Her and Craig, the writer, Stewart. And she do all the topics and do all that. It's a good show. And so, recent news, Nicki Minaj being her performative self on the Turning Point Am Fest stage in Phoenix, Arizona with Charlie Kirk's deceased wife, Erica Kirk. And they're having conversations. And so, eventually Nicki has been listed as a non-trustworthy betrayal of her fans, of her support system, which is primarily LGBTQI plus. But in the last year or two, she's been doing some shit, moving crazy as far as the LGBTQI plus, and but always within the rap world, she was kind of sneaky. You know what I'm saying? But she was a means to an end. Um, some people knew her better than others. Sit down and stop. Some people knew her better than others. Maybe they saw a different side, but anyway, T.S. Madison was on the show, and she was referencing a mic, a pink mic, one of their new mics, and she said this is in honor of Nicki dying, Nicki Minaj. And T.S. Madison went on to say that if you are aligning yourself with people who hate LGBTQI plus, specifically trans, because she was talking about her demographic within that community, then I can't fuck with you. And that's right. That's right. I'm not going to align myself with somebody, call them my friend or whatever, and you are fucking with somebody who will sit there and call me out my name for being gay, for being calling me a sissy or a punk, or all these other derogatory names. I can't fuck with you no more. And I think in 2026, everybody need to have a fucking mindset. If you fucking with those type of people who would want to see me and my existence gone, I can't fuck with you. That's just what it is. And so I didn't see nothing wrong with what T.S. Madison said, or Craig either, because he had chimed in a little bit. So Just Hilarious makes this whole video on Twitter, and I can't comment on it because they got me blocked from Twitter for the next 12 hours because I told Elon Musk I hope his dick fall off. So I guess that'll do it if you want to get suspended from Twitter for a while. Telling Elon Musk, the man who owned the shit, his dick gonna fall off. But anyway, I told him. So, in 12 hours, I'll be able to tweet something. Y'all go follow me on Dragon King 72 Media LLC. That's my YouTube channel. And it's the same name as on Twitter. Okay? So, Just Hilarious is talking about he. And while me and he don't agree what he was saying, she was doing that shit on purpose. She was missing the message because she was worried about the package it came in, which is a beautiful package, by the way. T.S. Madison is one of the most beautiful black trans people that I've seen. Her and what's the other girl name? I'll figure it out, but I'll figure it out. But she's one of the beautiful. She's doing her thing. She just got nominated for a GLAAD Award for her podcast, Outlaws. So she's doing her thing. And I think Just Hilarious is really just, she ain't got shit to do. She ain't got fucking shit to do. She don't want to see trans people, specifically T.S. Madison, make headwinds in this media space that she think, only female women should be making. That's just not the world we live in. I know y'all got Donald Trump in office, but bitch, that ain't the world we fucking live in. See, Just Hilarious reminds me of the girl in the neighborhood who was jealous the other girls was getting fucked. She reminds me of the girl in the neighborhood who she could only suck the ugly guy's dick in the neighborhood, and that was probably on the side of the building. And she didn't want to tell nobody, and he didn't want to tell nobody. She's probably the girl who, in the neighborhood, and this, I'm gonna just tell it like it is, who, nobody wanted to mess with her. She probably offered them to finger her or something like that because she couldn't have a real relationship. Now, I wouldn't say that she is the most attractive person because she's not. But Just Hilarious just reminds me of that one girl in the neighborhood that nobody liked. And so she got to an age where either she was going up against the light-skinned girls, or she was going up against the brown-skinned girls who were just as pretty as the light-skinned girls, but they all had status and she fucking didn't. And she has not lived through that trauma. And I guess it happens. It does happen. She has not lived through that trauma where those guys in the neighborhood or high school, they were not fucking with her literally and figuratively. So now she's going after folks who have beauty, but just in a different way. It's presented differently. You know what I'm saying? Still, it's beautiful as hell, but it's presented differently. And while a lot of people are accepting of it, she's one of the many that are still not. And so she believes that she's a part of that population. Now she feels welcome. She feels embraced. But I just wish Just Hilarious would just shut the fuck up, girl. Just come out with the truth. Who were you fucking with that was having intimate relationships with a trans woman? And did that trans woman look better than you? And I have a feeling the trans woman did look better than you. Only thing you had was a real vagina. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the beauty and the aesthetics, you couldn't hold water to what the trans woman looked like, because that's the only reason you going after T.S. Madison and these trans women. Girl, what the fuck is the problem? You got money, you got a nigga, you married, you looking for some hair growth, go get some fucking hair, skin, and nails by Black Girl Magic or whoever it is that's making hair, skin, and nails. I may have got their name wrong, but girl, we are fucking done. Anyway, like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. Peace out.